Mastering Table Topics from Laurie Canney. Laurie has been in Toastmasters for a few years now. She is currently serving as an area director, and she has won a few table topics contests, so that gives her some experience in what she's talking about tonight. So let me introduce to you and help me welcome Laurie Canney, tonight's webinar presenter.
Thanks very much, Eldred. When I've talked to people about table topics, they all tell me the same thing. I'm afraid to do it. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to handle it. I don't know what to do with the topic. I don't know what they're going to ask me. You have everything you need to be successful at improvisational speaking. It's all in your head. Every speech is organized the same way: a beginning, a middle, and an end. They generally flow in a circle. You have a command of the English language. You know where your words are. They're here. Every journey starts with the first step. The best way to master table topics requires two things: the right tool and practice. And tonight, I'm going to give you the tool and practice. I asked a lot of people when I first started in Toastmasters about improvisational speaking and what their biggest challenges were. And it kept coming back to the same thing. They didn't know how to organize their thought. They didn't know how to handle a topic. And from that fear and from that confusion and from that frustration, I developed something I called the box theory. When I do this speech in person, I use a prop. It's actually a box. But on a video, this doesn't translate well. So I broke the box flat and I turned it into a PowerPoint. And I will ask my Zoom master to share that screen for me, please, so that you can see the box. Now I'm going to ask you to look at this so that you can listen to what I'm saying and absorb the information I'm giving you. Any topic you are given, you can relate to. It's guaranteed. You just have to know how you're going to relate to it. You either have personal experience with it, you know something about it, or you've seen or heard or read something about any given topic. It's almost guaranteed. I'm going to ask you to put a single word in chat. I'm going to actually demonstrate this for you right now. Give me a one-word topic in chat, and my chat master is going to pick one randomly from chat and give it to me, and I'm going to demonstrate this right now. Do we have one?
I am trying to find where the chat box went on. Oh, there we go. Sometimes it's hard to see. We do have a few one-word suggestions. You want me to
pick one? Pick a random one.
Let's go with the first one I saw. Quantum.
Quantum. Okay.
Quantum?
I have no personal experience with quantum. The only understanding that I have of quantum would be quantum physics. I'm not a math person. Math is essentially Greek to me, and I don't know Greek. I'm learning Gaelic. I know a little French. I don't know Greek. In fact, statistics was probably the worst 6 weeks of my life. As you can see, I've approached it from the I have. But since I don't have any, I flipped it and did the anti version. I have no personal experience. So I moved to the second side of the box, which is, What do I know of quantum? I know quantum physics. I don't know much about quantum physics, but I know quantum has to do with physics. I know they're coming up with quantum computers. I can't even imagine what that would be like. Now, if I wanted to move to third hand, I could tell you there was a show that I used to watch called Quantum Leap. It was fun. He jumped from time to time and place to place, fixing people and fixing situations and fixing things. These are all table topics. These are all ways of approaching quantum. I've given you 4 approaches: the anti-I have, the I know, and the I have seen, heard, and read. It's how you approach it. You can do that with any topic. The last time I did this, someone gave me dogs. And I built a whole speech, a 5 to 7 minute speech about dogs. And I started with saw, heard, and read. My favorite story growing up was the Pokey Little Puppy. When my husband and I were going through the dollar store, I was walking through the kids aisle and I paused. That little hesitation was enough for him to go, "What are you looking at?" And then he looked at the bookshelf and saw the Pokey Little Puppy. He knew that about me. He bought me a copy of the book. Dogs. Even if you don't own a dog or have had no experience with a dog, you've probably read a book about a dog. How about Clifford, the big red dog? Cats, Garfield. There's almost no topic you cannot relate to in either personal, close, up close experience or knowledge about it. What do you know about this topic? Or what stories in your family or stories that you've been told that your friends share when you're talking with each other about this topic? There's a wealth of personal experiences and knowledge and entertainment that we are exposed to on a daily basis. That means there is literally no topic that I can think of that you cannot either have direct knowledge of or flip it and do the anti. Remember, in Toastmasters, we do this. Well, I don't like that table topic, so I'm going to go on a tangent. You can do the anti and flip your table topic and talk about what you want to talk about. It's all in how you handle your topic, like a box. Grab that topic and manipulate it until you find a way you're comfortable with it. How can you relate to it personally? And once you do, you've got the starting point for your journey. Take the person on the journey, because that's all a speech is a small adventure, be it 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. You've got the theory. This is the tool. Now we're going to practice it. Thank you, Eldred. You can take the screen off. When we move to practical, I'm going to ask for volunteers. And we're going to do different styles of table topics. So if I can have some volunteers, the first 2 rounds are going to be very, very simple. Most kind of table topics you're probably used to doing all the time. If you could put your names in chat if you want to volunteer, Eldred will give those to me and I'll put you into the rounds that we have.
And we did have a request. Could the timer remind us who they are so Maria can pin them?
That will actually be me. When you get to the minimum time, I will hold this up to let you know. When you get to the maximum time, I will do this so that you know it's time to wrap up so we can move to the next person. And I will also be listening so that if people who are not actually participating in that round can see which side of the box they spoke from. This is the practical part. All right, so our first round is the single question style, which most of us are used to in table topics. So Marie, where is Marie? Hi, Marie. Are you ready?
If you mean Maria, yes.
Maria. Okay, I'm sorry. I wrote that down wrong. My apologies.
No problem.
Maria. Okay. Clowns. Are you a fan of clowns?
Madam Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, the topic of clowns is so controversial. You either love them or hate them. Where do I stand? Love and hate, those are strong emotions. And I am just a very even Steven person. Clowns are not my favorite things, nor do I hate them. I understand why people don't like them, because they are masking the identity of the person. It's an alter ego. It's an excuse to act out, to be someone else. I'm a very direct and honest person, and I think that's deceptive. But on the other hand, I have had family members who clowned, and somebody in my professional sphere clowns, and I think she's a fine person, and she is just super outgoing and loves to entertain and make people happy. So that fills in the reason why clowns are good. Back to the question, how do I feel about clowns, or do I love them or hate them, or whatever the question was? Yes, both. I like them and I feel uncomfortable around them, and I'm okay with that. Back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Very good. Do you know why we laugh at clowns? So they'll go after the person next to you who isn't laughing. What, right at 1:30. That was from an I have perspective. It was her personal experience and her circle. Robert, where's Robert? There you are. Are you ready for your question?
Yes, I'm off mute.
Perfect. Where is your most favorite vacation spot?
Thank you, Madam Master Table Topics. Or I got it backwards, I'm sorry. It's a tongue twister. My favorite vacation spot, there are two. One is Maui. The other is Key West. Two different sides of the U.S. Maui, I just love going because it's so pure and clean at the beach. The water is so blue, you can see to the bottom. It's a mix of both rainforest on one side, desert on the other side, cloudy, rainy on the inner part where the mountains are. And you can walk into a volcano and see it from miles away. I think the best part of it is that you get to see the turtles swimming around all the time out there, the sea turtles. Key West, on the other hand, is completely different. It has a mix of Hemingway. It has a mix of like a New Orleans type with the buildings, but everyone is so friendly. It reminds me of wondering where Jimmy Buffett is, but both are just wonderful places to go and relax and get away. and see friends that always go with us. Those are my two favorite vacation spots.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Since I'm from Hawaii, I know what you're talking about. And, yeah, you gotta say, Maui is quite the paradise there. 136, right in the sweet spot. That was, again, what side of the box? I have personal experience. It's some of the easiest ways to relate to a topic. No one can fact check you. It's your life, your experiences. Very hard to dispute unless you happen to have gone to Maui or those places with him. All right, we're moving on to round 2. Different style of table topic. So, Mega, are you ready?
Okay.
Perfect. All right. Are you a morning lark or a night owl?
Hello, Toastmasters. I would like to tell you that I'm a morning lark. But experience and age has shown me that even though I am a morning lark, I am more and more inclined to stay up late at night because that's the time of the day when everything becomes quiet. My kids go to sleep, my husband retreats into his own cave, and I find myself done with the chores of the day and willing to put up my feet and do what makes me happy. It could be working on my next speech. It could be working on a recipe. It could be binging on Netflix, like last night when I was watching a movie called The Haters from Poland. It's a Polish movie on the ill effects of social media. And I'm yet to complete it because it was 12:30 and something told me that the morning lark in me told me that I should hit the bed and wake up and see what the morning looks like. But yes, so much as I would like to tell you that I'm a morning lark, my life experience of being a young mother has shown me that nighttime is when I'm able to relax the most. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Excellent. I have always been a night owl. I think I'm always going to be a night owl. I don't think that's ever going to change. Excellent on the time. 1:16. Again, what side of the box was that?
Personal.
I have. Are we ready? Cheryl?
Okay, here I am. All right.
Ready?
Yes.
Are you a coffee pounder or a teetotaler?
A coffee pounder or a teetotaler?
Yes.
All right. I'm definitely not a teetotaler because I understand if you're a teetotaler, you do not drink at all. Now, I don't drink hard alcohol for sure, but I do enjoy a nice glass of wine, either red or white. So I can't call myself a teetotaler. Am I a coffee pounder? I would say I do enjoy a latte once in a while. If I go to Starbucks or whatever, I'll get a latte. I don't think that I'm somebody who downs a lot of coffee all the time. I pretty much have gotten into coffee only to keep myself awake and energized because sometimes the world is just too much for me. I've got way too much to do and I might be slagging along and I think I need some energy. So that's why I go for coffee. I do like cream in my coffee, so I'll put a little cream in there if I make it myself. Generally, I don't like to have any more than 2 cups in a day because I think it's too acidy on my stomach. For quite a while there, I did not drink any coffee, but now I've gotten into it as life has become busier for me. And I do enjoy a nice cup of coffee once in a while, especially if it's with a friend. Madam Table Topics Master.
Excellent. This is my version of a cup of coffee. I drink 2 of these a day. That's about 120 ounces of coffee. Just 2 cups. I'm good. Again, what side of the box was that?
Personal experience, I have.
She actually said, I have. Makes it very easy, very relatable. It's the simplest way, the most effective way. All right, we're moving to round 3. This is the most entertaining one, but it is kind of advanced if you're not prepared for it, which is why I put PJ and Tamsin in this. This round is very different. And we're going to start it with PJ, and then we're going to move to Tamsin, and then I will wrap it up. PJ, are you ready?
I guess.
All right. The third round is storytelling. It's a dark and stormy night. The lightning flashes, and before the thunder can roll, you hear. Take it away, PJ.
Before the thunder can roll, I hear all of the animals in the household, the dogs and the cats, scurrying, racing around the room, clickety clickety click of their claws on the tile floor as they run for cover to hide under tables, couches, beds, people, wherever they can find to seek solace because they know there's about to be a very terrible and frightening noise. Unfortunately, some of them have instincts to go for higher ground when they're frightened. Cats, particularly. A cat running up your leg, digging their claws in as they're going for high ground is not a pleasant experience and is not the kind of thing you want to experience during a storm. Now, I personally happen to like winter storms. I love looking out the window and watching the lightning and hear the windows actually rattle if it's a close one. And I had the experience one time of standing on the balcony of a second-story apartment, and right across the grass, lightning struck a transformer on a power pole. That was not a happy experience. It was deafening, but I got off easy. The poor man walking on the sidewalk directly under this was showered with sparks and the oil from that transformer that had just exploded. He was patting out the fire in his hair and looking very stunned. And when we hollered out, "Are you okay?" he didn't even turn because he couldn't hear. He was at ground zero.
Tamsin, are you ready?
Sorry.
No.
Sorry to leave you hanging like that.
So the
Oh, do
cat,
I continue from his?
yep, the showers and the sparks and the cat climbing up his leg.
And your dogs. Yes.
Interesting fact. Yes, I too have had several experiences similar to our previous speaker, Mr. PJ. I have dogs. Now, I don't have those cats scurrying up your leg. However, cats are what? Normally about 20, possibly 25 pounds maximum. Okay, try a 75-pound German Shepherd. Yes, you heard me. 75 pounds. Never had dogs scared of thunderstorms, but now I do. So yes, before that rumbling starts, the shaking starts and the panting starts. But wait, the drooling starts. Okay, this dog can handle almost a quart of water in his mouth. I don't know where he puts it in his cheeks. He stuffs it over here, stuffs it over there, but it comes, and it comes all over mom, me. So yes, I too have that experience. But for me, nothing is better than a Midwest storm. I moved here from Illinois and we had lightning strikes. I had 3/4 of an acre, 50 trees on my property. I loved it. The lightning would zigzag and go up the entire, it would be like morning. It would be completely bright out there. And guess what? I didn't have the dogs I have now. My dogs were deaf. They didn't care about it. So I got to experience, and we would have them in the fall to winter time. We would have them multiple times on a monthly basis. So I would sit out there in a chair, even if it was cold. I would bundle up in my sweater and I put on my hat and my gloves, and I would just sit there and watch the show and watch the lightning and the boom. Like our previous speaker, PJ, said, it would rattle the house. That meant it was a really good storm. Madam Table Topics Master.
To continue the story of booms and dogs, I hate to one up you, dear, but my dog's 110 pounds. And if so much as a car backfires or fireworks go off, I end up with a lap dog. He's taller than my husband, who's 6'2" on his back legs. So I'm more like a couch cushion and the dog just covers me. If I'm sitting down. If I'm not sitting down, well, then I end up mashed up against a wall or run over through the hallway or some other crazy, horrifying experience as my dog shakes and whines. He's also part Malamute, so it's not quiet. You hear dun 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 wham, and that's usually me hitting something hard as I go down under the dog, who then proceeds to sit on me somewhere. It's kind of terrifying. It's mostly horrifying, and then he just shakes and does not move. Come treats, come thundershirt, come anything. He's not getting off of me. Why? Because I'm his safety blanket. And if he can sit on his safety blanket, regardless of wherever it is, he's going to sit on his safety blanket. It's kind of terrifying. It's taken us years. He's gotten better. Now I know when I hear a boom, run hard, run far, run fast, and get on something soft before the dog finds me. So I get it. I understand, which is why I chose that particular expression to start the story. Great story, guys. You've all heard how we did the rounds. You've all heard personal experiences on how people handled the topics. A lot of it was personal experience. None of them knew what they were going to talk about. But you saw how it went in a circle. You saw how they all related to the topic. It's not hard to make a speech. It's not hard to do a table topic once you have a starting point. And this tool, the box, these sides of the box, can always give you a good, solid starting point. All it takes is practice. And in Toastmasters, we get a lot of practice at impromptu speaking. Evaluations, table topics, when you're giving your reports in a meeting, all of that can use this same tool. Knowing where to start, knowing how you're going to organize your thought. You can use this in any situation and get comfortable with it. And it will serve you really, really well. And if you need a longer speech than 2 minutes, pick more than one side of the box. You can craft something 5 to 7 to 15 minutes long, depending on which side you use, or if you use more than one. I thank you for participating with me tonight. I thank you for all my volunteers. You did wonderfully. I had a great time. I hope you all did too. Now we're going to conclude the practical part of this so that we still have some time open for questions and any other suggestions that people want to ask or volunteer.